With that, we call to order our meeting of the Fairfield Library Board of Trustees meeting at 7:42 p.m. First item of business is roll call. Aaron Harrigan, May Bayer, Stephanie Bersari, Peter Wilner. Peter is not here due to sickness. With that, we will move into the public comments. We have no one on the call. Is there any public comment anyone would like to make here in the room? You can comment from there if you'd like. You can introduce yourself.
Yes, I'm Martha. I just want to speak because we're here as representatives of the Friends of the Library. I'm the secretary and Dr. Kinney. We have two Matthew here, Debbie Lee, and Donna, and we have a few more people here. I want to introduce herself, and as you know, that there's a lot for the library, also the gallery, the red book room, the ambassador desk. We've done a lot of in the library. We run the summer programs for teens.
Yes. Thank you so much, Margaret. You guys are absolutely a powerhouse for us, for sure. Thank you. Any other public comments? All right, with that, we'll move into the approval of the minutes. If everyone could take a look at last month's minutes, please note that it says May, it should be June. Sorry about that. Are there any edits to the minutes that are needed? And do we have a motion to approve?
I so move that the Library Board of Trustees approves the meeting minutes from the June meeting.
All in favor? So moved. All right. So the minutes are passed. Moving on to the next one, Chairman's report. I've already seen the words. Anymore. I'm reading. Full steam, a lot of excitement out there. A number of friends. Always very exciting. I can't wait to hear more about your report, Scott. So with that, we'll then move into the library.
So June was an incredibly eventful month for the library. We did kick off summer reading or school reading on the museum green and have a lot of participants. It's a really fun event. We facilitated our first main floor event calling it with authors, two sisters who write under the name Live Constantine. Staff and friends transformed the first floor of the main library into a 100+ capacity event space, and we're doing the same on Monday for Miss Maynard. Our library patios became stages during the music. The main library has a location for artists in this kind of town library. We had over 220 people in our performances for over 12 hours. As part of our summer reading, children and families have been invited to name our fox mascot. And when teams were hunting the stacks after hours from the Rotary Room learning how to cook. Behind the scenes, staff are doing blue language learning collections. They also created several displays, including Pride, Alzheimer's and Brain Awareness Month, and D-Day. The library was busy, but incidents were minimal. Most of all, we are happy to announce that a new copy of this house plan to us. It's arrived. Yes. And then today, just the library hosted its first blood. We did this with the Connecticut Blood Center. They had actually moved for 15 people, and we got 18 people to do it. So they are very happy, and they are very much interested in coming. Then I'm handing to Jan to talk about what's coming up.
So it's all about summer reading right now. So many programs going on. Also, Scott mentioned Joyce Maynard is coming on Monday to talk about her new book, How to Like It's In. We're very excited about that. And also Gil Morrell, who does a lot of Broadway music programs for us, is bringing summer cabaret concert to the periodicals room on July 18th. Teen and children's, just lots of programs. What is the website is moving along? There's training coming up next week.
Great. Great.
Can I ask? Sorry, having read your report. I just wanted to thank you for managing this. When people can't show up, we have to keep. Thank you. That's wanted to welcome your new employee. And services. Well, I want to make sure that we as a board congratulate our trainers who were very well. And the accomplishments and things that they really represent. You can explain. Board of Navy, so to do that. I also want to ask you Scott, about the street parking and the decline. Is that something you want to talk about later?
No, so we've got one proposal, and the commissioners walk through with any. Had some concerns, and huge concerns that they think. Bicycle pedestrian community will have. We had a pretty strong argument as well that she. Said that it was pretty. Disappointed. We will be back. And what I will be doing is reaching out to the pedestrians. Committee and maybe just knowledge there. I reach out to my friend in engineering. There, and the police department is still interested in the idea. So I think it's just gonna take a little bit of. The pavement and a little bit of just all parties involved, just. I do have the, I'm not going to. Work, I'm going to use that money. To. A bicycle. So, during the music day, it was happening. While the chief and some members of the police were there, officers, they go, we know, we see it. So I think the real understanding there, the disconnect is in regards to safety. They said it would reduce bullying, which I actually see as positive. That's really like.
Is there anything that, is it inappropriate to ask for a letter writing campaign? Is it inappropriate to ask?
Well, I think all of those ideas would like to first kind of understand thinking behind some of the decision making. And then if that might be the direction. I don't, I don't want to start making rings close. They want really all of us, and they're just here.
This feels like a lot. for you to give me.
Attendance is at 6.
On the street, and there is no street parking, on West Road, that's where. That's where a lot of people. Right, what we have right now is, are literally doing on street parking. And then they have a timer on their phone and. Working today, just getting the line sheets here was incredibly difficult. Honestly. So it's, it's the number one thing we hear from people, my staff and all other reports, especially the children's staff, continue to bring up really why they have been becoming the perfect. People in the parking lots from the like you lost your parking, and that's do, especially if we're. I really think our numbers will actually be higher if we had more.
Yeah, Steph, keep us posted on what you hear when you're having some of those conversations and just at this point, there's things we can do to support. All right. So with that, we'll move into our monthly policy review, which is the youth policy. Scott, you want to talk us through what's included in here with regards to some of the updates?
Original policy with markups you see are just going to bring us suggested markups on the run plus of managers and the town attorney. So even though it's a draft of a draft. Some of it was just removing some repetitive language, while others address concerns about programming in the outside, which may replicate what we're already doing. And some we're a little worried that some of the programming renters are doing, they're presenting themselves in a way that makes it seems like the library is doing it, or just being in the library is a gravitas. So we're trying to put language there, which maybe demand is really high. It has been the last 4 months, we've got a spike in demand. So we're not trying to be always, we're not worried about being too in regards to state. So now we're looking at how we do it. But some of it is more the prep stuff. We do the college prep internally, and now we have outside agencies that will use the space. And I have had the team that we're doing it's really most we're doing right now. So we have to figure out. We'll see. Yeah, do we want to do student? Not necessarily, it's, it's to us that's what I'm in business that we are doing. And maybe I'll.
So, trustees, we can just review between now and next meeting. Excuse me. With regards to changes, any questions for the next one? Reach out to myself and Scott in the interim if there are any questions. Clarification, please. All righty. Moving into our committee / liaison reports. The first being the nominating committee. We will be addressing the board vacancy later on in this meeting with regards to we'll be going into executive session for discussion on that. So then there will be one change on there. We'll move that to the last item of business on the agenda as we've not had a chance to discuss the board. all together. And then with regards to the board officers slate, current chair, treasurer, and secretary are myself and May respectively. Your nomination to nominate to just renew the slate.
When you get to business. You can actually do the sleeping committee. And then go.
We'll vote on it. But, I want to open up for discussion if there's any changes anyone would like. Anybody else want to be chair? No, serious. No, I think we'll be renewing the slates for officers. Moving into the next one, so we'll vote on that at the end of the meeting. Then we'll go into the fundraising committee, which Peter is unfortunately unable to attend today. He has been managing the fundraising committee, but Stephanie, I want to give you the chance at this point to just kind of discuss conversations we have with the friends and thoughts on things moving forward with regards to fundraising.
So thank you for having this. We have something to say. I understand that next week is a friends meeting and I'll attend. As a representative of the trustees. Next step is, it's easy for you to set a meeting. We have Stephanie, myself, Danielle, and Peter. In the meantime, I just, and you've heard me say before, my whole thing is, what are we gonna spend money on? Like, what is it we're raising money for? We don't know what we're raising it for. We don't know who might be willing to give us that money. We don't know what their points are, their interests are. So, let's sort of spitball a little bit about the kinds of things. If we're gonna reach out and ask for money, I'd like it to be big money. Or we can do with little money. Let's get some big money. So we can think of a big vision, next change, something that maybe we fundraise for the next 4 years. I think that's not just programming, substantive changes that the library board. Now, I don't put words in anybody's mouth. That would be what I would look for. And I think we can identify what some of those things might be. It'll give us an opportunity then to dig into this database that we have access to.
Yep.
And at least to get some conversation started, sort out how we're going to use the 501c3 from the friends, because any fundraising has to put the friends, given the really not about environmental library. That's of course. So I think that's probably a good start.
Perfect.
Yes.
Great.
And we do have,
That's your turn. All right, that's fantastic. I think that's gonna be something that as we, come up with those ideas and potentially some of this will also be related to the next item of business here. That we discussed, but that'll be having another person as a touch point, and Stephanie for you guys fundraising as a committee on our board will be helpful for everyone to push this forward. So our next item of business, the building committee, which the only item members are there now. Chris is gone. With regards to that, I think the next step for us is identifying what we want to do with regards to finding an architect to draw plans for that, which is a little fun. I think broadly speaking, this is something that as I think of the larger items could be fundraising against is to identify what fundraising we want to put against any sort of renovations to wood. That is something we want to discuss, but can't do any of that until we understand exactly what the plan is and have things of that nature. So got us at a time. You talked with some of the conferences previously and have contact information so we can get some start to identify RFP, through RFP to get architectural drawings of what can be done for woods so that we can maximize value space.
low, medium, high spend option that will do design reviews work. Yeah.
Yes. Correct. All right. Now it's your turn.
Now, well, I missed you all too when I was at state vacation for 3 days, so that's why I wasn't in here. We had a list when it was not. I know.
So,
So just to recap, May was our literary luncheon, it was May 31st of having the club, it was the first time we ever had a May audit. It was Stephen Riley, he used to have this, and he was truly funny. People bought so many books, we had a great attendance, so I think it was really fun, it was one of the most fun ones to attend, you know, the means to someone else wrote it, and it was different, you know, different perspective, it was really kind of a funny book, and his new book, I haven't read yet, but it's on my list for some. So that was a big thing for us. The gallery continues to be surprisingly well done. It's very good. Every month there's more people that come. Every 6 weeks, the gallery turns over. We always have a reception. We have a group of friends who help to do that. We have cheese, and we have the artists speak a little bit. They speak a little bit about what their plans are and questions. And we do some paintings. We sold this year. We look at the totals. The gallery is booked out through 2025, so we are a space for the first one. And they're willing to pay a little bit of money, it's not a big fee, but to come and to get these books that they get through years. Liz, did a really nice job at that. I think they're looking for people volunteers in that community, so if you have any friends that are interested in art, art history, or having a museum experience, because they're going to curate these exhibits and select artists and pictures. So if you have anybody like, you know, we can connect with Liz, because I think they'd like to meet that videos. We have the author visits. We can mention, we had Liz Constantine, the sister duo who writes the fabulous read that on vacation, it's terrific. Over 100 people attending, which is big here. And then we had Grace Maynard on Mondays. So I think right now we have about 130 students.
Isn't it really?
I think it's a big word. And I think the way that we said that this last time, the sisters, the common Constantine, they were very pleased with it. And I think there is an opportunity for us to take the focus we have from that and really reach out to some publics and authors that we want to put into our environment here. And it's a beautiful space. I mean, the gallery was that's not there. And I don't know why you want to come here. But we have a great bookstore, we're able to sell books, we have a big independent store that we work with books. So I think there's an opportunity for us to continue to increase our standing in the literary community as a place of opportunity. So I'd like to see us try to achieve a little more of that. I'm not doing this way, Danielle has really great context in the publishing community. She's secured a lot of artists for the trends. So I think that's how it looks. We are meeting next Tuesday evening. It's time to finalize our budgets. We work in conjunction with Scott and librarians to take their programming requests and work to see how we can fund them. This also presents an opportunity for us to look at the fundraising that we currently do. Mini golf will be something we're doing again. I've mentioned before looking at adding an evening event, an adults event, the night before, so it'll be a Saturday night event, and then on Sunday we'll have the kids event for mini golf. So we're going to get a community together. So that'd be a really fun thing. It will bring in different audiences, maybe a little bit younger audience. We have Food Truck Festival on tap as well. We did the Broadway show that we went to this year. It was a book club movie in the Broadway show. We did water things. I think we're looking to expand those programs to go beyond Broadway, but even other books, so to take groups into read a book about immigrants and go to the immigrant museum down in Rose. So we're really looking to use this to extend our community. We are in our city, and a lot of people are intimidated to go in. It's fact, it's true. No city and it went to this play, and it was fun. It gave them a comfort level that there was a train they could take. They knew people were going to be there. They could help them navigate the city and help them get home again at the end of the day. So I think there's awfully great ways to incorporate books, stories, art, nonfiction, fiction, and some of the great resources that we have down there. And we also have music classes, most of these that the Friends produces have over like students. And again, meetings on Tuesdays of every month. If anybody's interested in coming, we try to moving. But there's some good discussion. And that's all.
Great. Thank you, Don. And I will say, just should have made sure I spoke earlier in the morning, because literally you guys are the first one on my list that's going to thank. And absolutely good. Thank you to the friends. Really appreciate it. All right. Jan, I'll hand it over to you for update on the website redesign.
It's me.
Oh, all right.
So
Okay.
the content migration is now complete. Starting plans to reveal the training for the starting July 11th. And then we expect to take the rest this summer to ensure all content is accurate and appropriate before we switch over.
Is there anything we can do? Something with UAT?
No, not right now. But let me, you know, see if that's-
Yeah. It's having sort of non-stop.
Yeah, that would be a good fix. I mean,
Yeah, just keep us posted. Great. All right. I'll now hand it over to Aaron for the treasurer.
Sure, I have a short update tonight. Everything's going well. The market's up, the endowment funds are up with Vanguard. As I had mentioned the last few meetings, just as a reminder, the funds are still held in Vanguard funds, but their advisory team has changed over to Mercer. I didn't give the update last time around, but I did speak to our advisor now. It was early June, it was right before our last meeting, so about 5 weeks ago or so. He said he would recommend keeping everything as is, no changes at the time, and not that I expect some going forward, but I like to check in with him every, 6 to 9 months, just to check on what's going on. So overall, good news, we're at about 9.7 million.
Great. Great. That was good. Run into a bunch of. All right. With that, we move now into the reconciliation check registry. Please take a look at the the reconciliation report, as well as the expenditures list for approval. And of course, if there's any questions as we go through this.
The question, that's just for understanding. I've seen foundation trend. Like, is that use? That's what you're.
Is that the fundraiser?
The database that you're in. So it's just for grants. They use. I'm familiar.
Yeah, that Stephanie brings that up. I thought it was $100. Yeah, is it always cheap? $20 a month? Okay. Maybe it was per user. Maybe I'm thinking. Yeah.
Just to note, for the checks to be approved. It did go out since there's no August meeting, anticipating any regular monthly expenses and, the museum has this that we have for renewal.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing to go through. We have. Thanks for the friends. Yeah, remind me, Sterling Brand Works, how many more invoices? Is this the one?
no, I think we may have, we will go a little bit of a budget. For the migration costs. We just. Yeah, the things that we should have, so I think we only have 2 more.
Okay. Any other questions in regards to the either the reconciliation report or the expenditures for approval? Let's make a motion to approve.
I will make motion to approve. The July reconciliation and check register.
All in favor? All right, so moved. All right, now moving into business. The 2025 trustee budget. We discussed this last meeting. Something that we've been a bit more remiss in years past with doing, but having a budget for our fiscal year, the Washington fiscal, which is just started this month. So please take a look at the proposed budget. I know we reviewed this last month. Any thoughts, any questions with regard to where we were from the items on here? I think one thing that we did discuss, Scott, was being somewhat conservative on the architectural drawing piece, but obviously we're just an estimate at this stage. But everything I think looks good to me.
I did speak with some peers in the library community and they said, oh, now we had overshot a little bit with the strategic plan, so that might do a little bit of the budget line mid-year.
Which is
Until we get close.
Yep, which is fine. And then just remind me with the facility for, that's just standard wear and tear, replacement of furniture and.
We pretty much hit all the phases.
Yeah. Yes,
So the idea is to have this money in case we need a replacement, or there, like we recently bought a downstairs, we bought another movable bookshelf for the main floor. And then it's like a piece of larger piece of furniture that we may not purchase. But there's no other thing we come. This point which where we need to be for larger. And this would just be for their channel. We're still figuring out periodic spaces. If we do create that space for the newspapers are small change there. And we also still would really like to change some of the shelving there of the space a little bit more, and there might be a.
okay, good to know. Yeah. Any other questions in regards to the budget, anything that's missing?
No, but I want to talk about transfer dollar value. We're still haven't used one period of funds. Meaning, we never made we skipped a year. So that means that there's $112,000 earmarked to transfer. And then a dollar value that we have here, I mean, we're talking 1,000. But this is the dollar value that would typically calculate for this year that you purposely put in. Just so we all know, it's 112,000 that was from prior year that never transferred. I'm fine leaving this, but just wanted everyone to be clear on that there is that second amount that earmarked that was never transferred. That there was back in 2019, the board approved that every year out of the endowments, that 2% certain calculations going back 12 quarters would be transferred for projects and or used for the budget. And this just wasn't transferred over. And so it would have been in fiscal year 20, it would have been fiscal year 23.
We had done one-time transfer for. This is we did a one-time transfer outside of the standard drawdown. Technically, we did 2 drawdowns, took that other one off. We've done, so yes, we still do have a drawdown. There, theoretically.
Or not a job. Yes.
do we have to do to resolve that, so it's not an open issue? Is it like we agree to reinvest it, is it agreed that we surplus that we can use towards woods, like what is it?
Yeah, to me, I mean, we should probably think, I don't think we need to resolve it right now. To your point, I think we should, rather than just bringing this up every year, we transfer this.
But that's where there may be an opportunity to have that furniture fund, and maybe have a more
Yeah.
robust furniture fund, based on the usage that we have in the library and things that need to be replaced. Maybe there's, a couple of other things that are recurring expenses that need to be beef up that fund. You don't have to spend on it every year, right? You can roll money over, it's
Yeah,
transfer.
Yeah.
So I think in those categories that we know we spend and maybe have a little bit extra would be a good thing. Earmark it for that, and then you have to have some options.
Exactly. Yeah.
So it's there.
Yeah.
But it's available, and you want to use it, so it's, they do come up with that, we give the rating on, committee that comes from us. You want to use it.
Then does that mean it's sitting with us?
exactly. That's the idea. It's then sitting in a money market rather than,
Yeah.
in our funds. So. I would say we need further discussion.
Yeah, I agree.
And that more.
Maybe make these more sitting there.
Yeah. That's, yeah, exactly. So let's continue the discussion between Judy and Scott and Jan. For this particular transfer. The numbers.
The numbers as of is the correct amount for fiscal year 25 based on the last 12 quarters.
Yes.
Sorry. I'm looking back. Yes, so that is the accurate amount for this upcoming year.
Okay, great. Okay,
Well, I think having a budget will help us to not put that problem.
Yeah, exactly.
We have a budget for that, this year, considering the funds. Either roll back the adjustments or. It's. We didn't really have a calendar for here. Let's start the process. Budget, we have state accounting, and then we can go up and look at what we did spend in that fiscal year. You all stop is used. And then that kind of gets us the idea that some at the end of this fiscal year. Spend. Then we process. For the helpful investments, roll over to next year.
So for this amount, the allocation for FY 25, will you take that from Vanguard and put it into the money market? And then we move it as we need it? That how that will work? Or will you take it out of Vanguard only if we need it?
Let's see. Do you know the timing of any of this? No. Probably the cleanest to move it all, so we're not constantly reconciling. But unless you tell me the majority of this is gonna not going to be spent until May or June, but if it's going to be rolling throughout the next 12 months anyway. That way we can see, someone can track the transfer that now.
yeah,
You go back to Vanguard itself.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just gonna.
Standard.
No, I think it's gonna get a little.
I
messy.
agree.
Yeah.
And moving it over to the money market, to money market would be
Cleanest.
exactly,
It's easier to track.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you can look at
and then
it here.
exactly, inevitably it will happen, we do here's draft, lose count.
Yeah, exactly.
It just makes it more complex.
And you don't want extra fees for Vanguard. You're going in.
Exactly.
That kind of defeats the purpose.
Yeah.
So,
And money like that. Dangerous.
Yeah, still,
Well, we have 100,000 in the money market. So. Unless there's a special project. I don't know.
So based on what we, the board agreed on back in 2019, still think that the right move is for us to transfer it over into the money. We pull from that, and then as we go through, we have budget, we work through this, we get to the end, we have the funds that are, we've just, to be honest, we've rolled this over. Just ongoing, rather than have set line in the sand, draw down. So we're kind of, this is us putting a lot, we have to at some point pull Band-Aid. This is our, whether it's, then, we have 200 grand in the, 215 grand in the money market. While not ideal, puts us more in line with the process we need to be going.
And it's still.
It does still earn interest in that, yes.
If we need to spend funds, I mean, it's
Exactly.
an opportunity comes up that you
Exactly.
suddenly want to fund.
Yes.
In return, that's perfect.
We're now putting that line in the sand.
But you're.
This is correct. If we get to that point, we take stock of where we are in the money market. And we'll figure out what we do with that as well as the transfer we didn't do. But this is a way for us, rather than continue to bridge the gap. Clean break, even if it's not ideal, it's not like putting it in a checking. So. But if there are other disagreements, please. Doesn't, any thoughts with regards to agreements? But you know what, nice, it's nice about that, done the right thing. It's not gonna-
So we admitted it and we'll note the fact. This year is for a very great conversation. Yep.
And we'll involve, had more conversations about the missed transfer and all the very good position. All right, so with that, is there a motion to approve the budget?
Hi, so moved that the library board of trustees approves that for the fiscal year.
I'll second.
All in favor? Okay, so moved. All right. We will address the transfer of new business. Moving on, Scott presented to us last month the network and computer use policy for our review. The idea here was Scott, just remind everyone.
Really, it's just, I'll say that's updated from years ago. Just kind of covers people using our network to connect with Wi-Fi, to using our in-house computers to connect the network as well as go onto the internet. So it covers the personal computers. It also does some newer. So not just Wi-Fi, but then connecting your own computers. It's a lot of this is and straightforward, it also a little bit. It also goes over what's use people using it. It's pretty boilerplate, been reviewed by the attorney, been reviewed by staff. And then it's just something that's to protect the library. While people use it in digital literacy.
Question, would this help with, notice you address two policy concerns of patrons, one being access to roadblocks.
I think it clearly states that what your child wants is outside of the children's room is not filtered. And that it's just like folks to your response. So if you're, Roblox is a wonderful game involved where you can choose not to fight teams and armament. So this conversation I have with my kids. So it covers that, stops having parental response. But in the children's room, it's.
Yep.
So they don't have the opportunity to do that, you know. Where it's probably it is good. With the parents, you're referencing in a parent reached out to staff about the children playing in Roblox and them they're of an age they should have parents partners with them. And to do that, but we definitely will be a good conversation to do with books in the future. So it doesn't take care of the problem of many parents deal with when it comes to that. Because of Roblox, but it does. It's 12. So,
Yeah, I only asked, similar to the conversation we had last month about the children teen space policy. Ensuring this is giving you and staff what you need to, successfully manage these interactions. Yes, the kind of their response, we're not the parents, so. No, I appreciate the clarification. And questions with regards to, yes.
So this really is, it requires people to take a real in order to either be in compliance with or not. Possibly just assume that if you into the library Wi-Fi or whatever, if it's just assumed that this policy applies. If one is using those resources provided.
So what about the computers? You actually check out
That's what I'm.
power with no Wi-Fi, and this is where all libraries struggle with this. You could have these splash. And that splash page could give you the policy, and if you do this at Starbucks, which libraries with this technology has. There's difficulty with certain devices in the technology, where the splash page will stop someone from being able to get. So that's why in libraries don't have splash pages. That's something I will definitely go back to my staff and have a conversation about with. But right now, the user of my just use you get on your.
Soon, as the policy was. I mean, as the best you guys can.
So, I don't know the philosophy of the staff and the. I don't believe in writing policies or do that, and. You point to the person and say, you gotta read them for it. I always give the story when I walked up to C&D who had a library that pulled me over from them and said, sorry, so you can't eat that there, and I see the sign. So really, I think for a policy for staff, talking points for staff, explain to people this is important. Doing, there's no signage, but I'm telling you this. And then you go. And then it escalates, and so really, this is written for the staff understanding and explaining patrons. I think that's what this understanding that people running an organization and that they need there is some kind of control. So really, this is for, we have this gentleman who's looking at something like, picture that gets something stop and then makes the way there. Let's have a conversation. Yes, maybe it's. That de-escalated the situation and since or. So I don't like the policy with the philosophy that this is going to animate and then we're done. It's more of a stop, understanding what's written, and then have. Scenes. Right. And 90% of the time, people will respond positively that behavior is. People will see signage and they will see things posted. They don't, they read it and go, "Who's this?"
The way we can have to go to as long as. It's something that there is no active way, and if that's deliberate and everybody's cool.
Yeah, I mean, it's more about what do we give up access for some people like switch.
Yeah,
That's probably the spot. Right now, a switch, is right? So, so my son's trying to start on with his switch in the team. For that, but then he has difficulties getting around. Someone with an older device, an older phone, a real different page. So, so then it's, do we wait and explain the policy to the person, or do we make it really difficult?
and also not because of that, it's not like coming in saying, oh, the library, there's things I want to know. So, you have to have a little bit of trust in your pictures. Be aware that everybody is the same, kind of around. So,
And we, so, and people check, say. Someone. And even if you posted, somebody, and there are those situations where people think to bring. There are discussions, why that have people looking at this stuff on the computer in such a space, are they finding at a table, there is people who exhibit behavior in space, library for doing it, because there's a part of it. So, so policy being posted makes it more exciting. The joys of it.
psychology is.
All right, do we have a motion to approve the networking computer use policy?
I'll make a motion to, well, I'll move so that I'm sorry, I assume that the library board of trustees approves the network of computer use.
All in favor? So moved. All right, that is for old business. Moving into new business, the first item is trustee revolving fund transfer. As Aaron mentioned, it will be the $113,296.28, correct?
Correct.
We've kind of exhausted discussion on that. Any other questions regarding this? Do you have a motion to approve the transfer?
I'll make a motion to approve the transfer of $100,000, $113,296.28 from the Vanguard account to the First County Money Market account to be used for 2025.
All in favor? So moved. All right. Fantastic. All right, and as I mentioned, we will be moving to the executive session with regards to the board member when that's the end. With that, we'll come to the election of board officers as discussed earlier. We will be continuing with the same slate. Unless there are any. Maybe you want to continue to be secretary? Aaron, will you continue to be treasurer?
Yes.
I guess I'll be the chair. All right, so with that, as our proposed slate of officers. We'll make a motion.
I move to accept the proposed slate of officers for the Director of the Library Board of Trustees for 2025 fiscal year.
I'll second.
Favor? So moved. All right. Stuck for another year doing this. All right, so with that, we will be going into executive session for some discussion versus the new board member. So with that, it will just be the trustees as part of that. Jan, pause that. And then, pause and mute. Pause. Yeah. So I move we go into executive session for discussion of new, around the new board member.
Second.
All in favor? So, Jen, you will pause. So we come out of executive session, due to Peter's absence, we will be holding a special meeting to have the full board vote on the new member, in the next week or so. That agenda will be sent to the town clerk as the event. So with that, we have a motion to adjourn. Second. All in favor? So moved, we will adjourn our meeting at 8:49 PM. Thank you, everyone.